Red flags soar as Big Pharma. No surprise. They've had this for some, 34 years, I believe, so they're going to continue to have it moving forward. Big Pharma will be exempt for vaccine liability claims. AstraZeneca has been granted protection from future product liability claims related to its COVID-19 vaccine, hopeful by most of the countries with which it has struck supply agreements. It's a tough sentence there, but that's basically a senior executive of AstraZeneca going to, of course, the important news media of the possibly Rothschild-controlled Reuters. The thing is, they won't tell you which countries they've made all these deals with. 25 companies to test their vaccine candidates on humans, getting ready to immunize hundreds of millions of people once the products are shown to work. The question of who pays for any claims for damages in case they don't work so well. Side effects, tricky point in supply negotiations. This is a unique situation where we as a company simply cannot take the risk if in 4 years the vaccine is showing side effects, says Ruud Dauber, a member of Astra's senior executive team. Again, talking straight to Reuters. EU officials told Reuters this week product liability was among contentious points in European efforts to secure supply deals for potential COVID-19 vaccines from Pfizer, Sanofi, and Johnson & Johnson. To put it plainly, like I saw it on the tweets, AstraZeneca, big pharma company that of course have covered up study results of their damaging products in the past, they're going to be exempt from their possible damaging products in the future. James, I wish I could say any of this was a surprise. It's more of the same, and it's again, we have these moments in this medical martial law where just the clarity of it all hits, and it's pretty sad.
Right, you're right. In some ways, that's the point of a story like this. I know what this story is about and what it means, and I know you know what this story is about and what it means, and I know that the vast majority of our regular audience understands this story and what it means. But in the interest, then, of taking this information and trying to use it to wake people up who aren't awake yet or are still influenced by the Reddit trendies and social media bots that have convinced them that anyone who dares question the vaccine manufacturers is a crazy conspiracy theorist. How do we use a story like this? And one way that you might want to introduce this to one of your normie friends would be to say, hey, did you hear the oil companies have just been given complete carte blanche immunity for any environmental damage that their products cause in the future? That's crazy. Isn't that outrageous? Doesn't that make you angry? Oh, wait, did I say oil companies, environmental damage? Sorry, I meant vaccine manufacturers and health damage. I always get those confused, but since it's vaccine manufacturers, that's perfectly okay, right? And anyone who is rational and being honest with themselves, which admittedly is a smaller and smaller percentage of the population these days, but anyone with two brain cells to rub together will be able to see that, yes, they're holding double standards. There is a cognitive dissonance. Yes, I understand corporate malfeasance, and I'm very distrustful of the corporate profit motive and all of this in these areas, but in this area, they're totally fine, and anyone who questions them is a conspiracy theorist. Anyone who won't look at that cognitive dissonance and have a moment of realization is not being honest with themselves and is frankly not worth your time trying to intervene any further. So I think that's one way we can take a story like this and introduce it a little bit creatively to the normies in your life to hopefully get them to see the bigger picture here.